Where do the NPCs in Mario Kart World actually go? While I was stalking toads around Crown City, I did see one get onto a bench at a bus stop and just kind of sit there for a while. So naturally, I sat with him while he uncomfortably stared at me every few seconds as though I was somehow intruding on something. Eventually, a tour bus actually made a stop at the bus stop, at which point both the toad and the shy guy waiting on the bench actually got up and got onto the bus. You could even see him through the window sitting in the back there. And from here he went on a little tour. First we went south to Whistletop Summit before heading back through Crown City, across this massive bridge all the way to the safari. And then once we were done with that, back to Crown City before turning north, going through this tunnel, across 2 lanes of traffic and a double yellow line, also that we could briefly drive by the Choco Mountains and Peach Stadium before immediately heading back to Crown City. I feel like they could have routed this tour better. Who's in charge of this thing? On the way back to Crown City though, the bus did make a second stop to let out every single one of its passengers, save for the one green toad I decided to follow initially. I'm not sure why he stayed on there, but I'm pretty sure he ended up regretting his decision, because after driving halfway to Mario Bros. Stadium, the bus driver suddenly decided it is time, and proceeded to turn back to Crown City without even visiting another location this time, where our toad, after experiencing 50 minutes of the worst goddamn bus tour of his life, finally decided to get off in the outskirts of the city, and he's missing his backpack. He left it on the bus. And after narrowly avoiding both a bullet bill and another wayward psychopath, he was going into the city proper. Now, following him is not a hard process, but the pedestrians in this game are very slow. Whenever you're within a certain range of them, they feel the need to keep turning around and wave at us every few seconds, which felt kind of weird at first until I realized that kart racing is pretty much this island's main form of entertainment. So kart racers like Cheap GP are probably major celebrities. Like, imagine you were walking down the street when you suddenly realize that Sabrina Carpenter has been stalking you for the last 55 minutes. You'd probably be pretty excited too. And after following him around for a couple blocks, he went into that restaurant to get a delicious Yoshi burger after a long day of touring around the island. Either that or he's applying to rent out the empty office building next door. I'm not sure why the first thing you would do after going on a tour bus all day would be to rent out some local office space, but you know, I also don't know why all these guys are throwing hammers and bombs onto the road while they drive along. So you know what? Maybe things just work differently in the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't know.